So seriously, dudes, Easter has got to be the most random shit ever. So let me get this straight. You wanted to remind people about the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross and remind people of his resurrection. And the very best possible way you could think of to do that was to have children decorate and eat hard-boiled chicken fetuses and tell them that they were laid by a magical bunny. That's the most random shit I can possibly think of, dudes. That's like the Mad Libs of religious holidays. Seriously, dudes, it's really fucked up. But you know, Easter eggs aren't the only thing that Christians are hiding. It turns out that most people don't even know that in the Bible there are 4 different accounts of the resurrection, from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And all 4 of these accounts are highly contradictory with one another. The book of John says that Mary Magdalene went up to Jesus' tomb all by her damn self. And when she got there, she didn't see anybody. The stone was already removed from the tomb. That's what John says. But Luke says that John is a lying motherfucker. Luke says that 3 women went up to that tomb. And when they got there, they saw 2 men all dressed in white. But according to the book of Mark, both John and Luke don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because Mark says when the women got there, they saw an angel. And the angel used his angel powers to roll that big heavy stone away. Then the angel flew up and he sat down on top of that stone with his little angel ass. That's what Mark claims happened, man. And he pinky squares. And the more you read this ancient fairy tale made up bullshit, the more the contradictions just stack up. I mean, they disagree about so much, man. They disagree about who Jesus spoke to when he came back. They disagree about exactly how many people laid eyes on Jesus when he came back. They even disagree about major events like the city Jesus was in when he ascended into heaven. Seriously, dudes, just go look for yourself. It's a total clusterfuck. These 4 eyewitnesses would get thrown out of any courtroom in the land. I'd like to see them try that shit with Judge Judy, man. Judge Judy would have that ass if they brought that contradictory bullshit to her courtroom. You don't fuck with Judy. But here's the really crazy part. I've actually had multiple Christians look me in the eye and tell me with a straight face, yeah, dude, we know. We know that the resurrection stories in the Bible, given in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are all heavily contradictory of each other. But what you don't understand is the fact that they all contradict each other so much only proves that the stories must be true. What? Facepalm. No matter how dumb you think people are, you're wrong. They're even dumber than that. If you want proof, just go read Matthew 27. Matthew 27 says that when Jesus was crucified, there was a giant earthquake, and that tombs broke open, and that saints climbed out of the tombs, and they walked into the cities, where many, many people saw them. But for some strange reason, this story isn't found anywhere in the world outside the Bible. So what they want us to believe is that Night of the Living Dead suddenly breaks out in the middle of Jerusalem, dead motherfuckers are walking down the street, and many, many people saw them. Yet none of the many historians that lived in that area at that time thought, hey, look at all these dead motherfuckers. Maybe I should jot this shit down. Not one of the motherfuckers jotted it down. Nobody mentions it except for the Bible. I mean, seriously, be honest, Christians. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Doesn't it seem strange that there are dead motherfuckers walking around town and not one single person who knew how to write thought to jot the shit down? Doesn't that seem odd? Be honest with yourself. I'm sure some Christian's gonna write me and tell me, you know, the fact that nobody wrote that shit down only proves that it's true. I'm not trying to ruin Easter for you guys at all. Just because Easter is based on some made-up fairy tale bullshit doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the time that you spend with your family. You know, Easter shouldn't be about ridiculous ancient myths. It should be about family togetherness and building bonds. And if Jesus Christ really does come back from the grave, and he has a problem with that, then I suggest instead of putting holes in his feet and hands, this time we put holes right in his head. Double tap. Because that's how you kill a fucking zombie. And this time, you stay dead, motherfucker. For the Cult of Dusty, I am the People's Atheist, Dusty Smith. Reminding you that if zombie Jesus ever really did come back from the grave, ironically, his unquenchable hunger for brains would make Christians the very last people on earth he would ever want to meet. Think about it. Logic.
When it's time to judge my soul, when it's time to pay that toll,